Being on set is like throwing a huge party that's very expensive.
It's like being on a synchronized swimming team. Everybody's gotta be in sync.
It's like a rock show.
It's like being at summer camp. So much fun.
It's like choreographing a really complicated but beautiful ballet.
Being on set is like jazz. You got the guy on the brushes, and you got the guy on stand-up bass, and then you got the first AD going, we're really behind schedule.
The day you hit record for your show is the day that all of your hard work and pre-production pays off. And when it comes to life on set, whether you're making a show by yourself or working with a big production company, you need to account for these 6 vital things. That's leadership, lighting, camera, set, sound, and talent. Once they're covered, it's showtime.
Being on set can be stressful. There's cameras, there's lights, there's wires all over the ground, there are people running around. It's a lot like a business, and if nobody's held accountable, something is gonna slip through the cracks and you're gonna kick yourself in post-production.
Leadership on set is of the utmost importance. You need to have someone there to run the show. Meet the brothers Bowie, Jackson and Graham.
We're not related.
No, we're not.
At the end of the day, someone's gonna need to make decisions. A single person who's gonna be in charge of saying, okay, this is what we're doing.
Leaders are crucial. You have to know who to turn to when something goes wrong.
There is a trickle-down effect in terms of how people are treated and what the vibe is. If the people at top are angry, it's not going to be a well-run set.
Your objective is to set a tone, is to set a vibe. People should be energized and be stoked and proud of the work they're doing that day. That's your role as a leader on set.
Lighting can make or break the look of your scene. Whether you use natural light or you're investing in studio lights, you need to be intentional.
Faux show.
Liz Cohen has been on sets for Netflix and HBO.
Lighting is how it looks and how it feels. You're giving off like a tone and a style.
Having somebody to take care of lighting is really important on set because they're super annoying to set up.
Okay, let's start that over.
Lighting sometimes is the thing that people don't think about, and that is disastrous, especially for someone like me who may have darker skin, and making sure that there's someone who understands how to light a variety of different textures and skin colors is so important. So ideally you can get a good DP or camera guy who understands how to handle lighting, but don't forget that. It can make or break whether your show looks dark and dingy or bright and airy, and you want to air for bright and airy.
Operating the camera properly is critical. You need to stay in focus, and you need to make sure your show is actually being recorded. Here's comedian and producer Dave Mazzoni.
Welcome to my office. You probably don't understand anything about a camera, and getting somebody who does is the most important thing that you can do so that you have somebody who knows what can and cannot be achieved on the equipment that you're working with.
If you have ideas that are specific to a more filmy vibe or a video vibe, your cameras will help get your idea and bring it to life.
If your camera's moving, if it's on sticks, whatever it is, the camera is helping get across your message.
And what does on sticks mean?
On sticks means on a tripod.
And don't forget, set design. You don't necessarily need to build a backlot, but messy backgrounds and bad sets will overshadow even the best content.
Everything that you see behind us has been planned. There are all sorts of indicators that you want to use to indicate to your audience the mood, the feel, and the vibe of what the video is going to be.
You want to make sure that you can ground your audience so they're looking at something that is attractive, that makes them want to stay watching, and so thinking about set can be so important.
Whether it's colors or, it's neat and clean and tidy, you're communicating who you are through the visuals.
But good looks aren't everything. Sound is just as important when it comes to your production days.
Sound, you have to hear people or hear the message, hear what people are talking about.
How am I sounding today? Silky smooth. Silky smooth? Okay, that's good. That's half me, half you, but.
If you don't have the right sound design or sound aesthetic or right sound equipment, it'll be very, very hard to cut the full experience you want, to take and immerse someone into your final cut. Because it's not just a visual experience people are having watching, it's an auditory experience as well. So sound is that important.
You're so important.
You guys can't see this, but there's a mic right there.
Actually, we can see the mic.
You guys can see this, but there's a mic right there.
Yeah.
The crew, the gear, and the set are the foundation of your production days, but your talent is there to ground your show and represent your brand.
Choosing your talent is very important, obviously.
Talent is the kind of the face of your brand and the face of your show. What vibe are they giving off? Are they enthusiastic? Are they mellow?
The most important thing is to make sure that everyone has what they need to deliver. An actor a lot of times has to deliver a performance in a very short amount of time, so relinquish the notion that we are dramatic. I mean, we are. That's the reason why you hired us.
Okay, let's recap. On set, there are 6 areas of responsibility: leadership, lighting, camera, set, sound, and talent.
You gotta think about all of these things every time you shoot. So if you're a production team of 1, that means you are running the show. You're thinking about lighting. You're making sure the sound is good, that the framing looks nice, that the shot's in focus. And hey, you actually may have to hop in front of the camera yourself. As your production team grows, roles become more specialized. So a 3-person crew might include somebody running the camera and adjusting the lights. You have another person that is focused just on the script and directing the talent. And then maybe you have a 3rd person that's your audio person that's focused solely on getting good, clean sound. A bigger team is gonna mean even more specialized roles. So now you have a director, an assistant director, a director of photography who probably also has an assistant, a gaffer who can handle lighting, production designer, set designer, production sound mixer, hair and makeup, and some production assistants who can grab coffee, tea, snacks, and just generally lend a hand anywhere as somebody needs it. Thank you very much.
It's a lot like businesses at different stages.
That's Wistia co-founder Chris Savage.
As a startup, your co-founders are going to do everything. They're going to be building the product. They're going to be doing support. They're going to be doing sales. But as your company scales, you get departments and people who specialize in all of those things. You get a sales team. You get a product and engineering department. And that helps you scale what you're doing and make it even better. The same is true for your production team. We started with 1 person doing all of our production. But as we've scaled, Wistia Studios has become 5 people who are all more specialized and more focused on the different aspects of doing production.
Most businesses that are making shows have production teams that consist of around 1 to 5 people. You can absolutely make a great show with just 1 producer. We did it for a long time here at Wistia.
And you can also do it on a very small budget.
Here's Jeff from Death Wish Coffee to tell us more.
It's me again. I literally create over 3 to 4 shows per week and have created, written, and starred in over 500 shows for Death Wish Coffee. That can be done with an army of people, but it can be done with just 1.
Whether you have a team of 1 or many, your time on set will be smooth sailing as long as you've covered your bases. Next up, subscribe to Wistia and see what it's like to direct talent and how to get ready to be on camera. Until then, crew up and get ready for a party on production day.